If you like this video, please hit the like button.
Oh shit. Here we go again.
Oh, yeah. Welcome out to the show, everybody. I'm your host, WebDave. This is the Gamers Council. And of course, we have my co-host, Hargeet Chani. Hargeet, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Had a nice little week of fun Xbox news. We'll
Yes.
go over it.
Just little things to talk about today. We'll have some fun, that's for sure. And then, of course, our good friend sending out the bat signal for, I mean, come on, he's like the fifth Beatle. You know, he is the council member. He is. It's a good thing. He is K.Asante. K, buddy, what's up, man?
Good evening, good evening, good evening all. I'm doing good. How you guys doing? It's good to be here as usual. I on a Sunday night and the kids are asleep, so let's rock. This is awesome.
Sounds great, man. I'm looking forward to it. We so many great members of the chat. We already have over 50, almost 60 people here. We have
Excellent.
3 on X. We have like 58 on YouTube and 0 on Twitch, but that's okay. We'll get that number going up. And then of course in the chat we have Holly, that blue number. Hello, Holly. Welcome. So awesome. Farq is in here. And all I can say is Farky's been a busy boy. That's all I'm saying. Yes, he has. Adele 114, Rachel, Taos Ray. Oh my gosh, Timmy, so many others. Guys, thank you all so much for being here. We greatly appreciate it. Why So Serious? Another one is in there. Man, it's such a good show. It's going to be tonight. Tonight we're gonna kind of go back to one of our old little format things because we haven't talked to Kay in a little bit, and I know he does some interesting things. So Kay, buddy, what have you been watching? What have you been playing? What's what's got your wheelhouse going?
Wow. Okay. Okay. So I am. Let me. As you say this, let me pull up my GOG Galaxy because that's the only way I'm able to tell all the places I play because I'm all over the place. Oddly enough, and I found this game. What was it? Early in the week. My daughter and my son have been getting into like real games, right? Because I have a 7-year-old daughter and a 5-year-old son,
right?
And they're playing the daddy's first game, kind of the little introductory things. So they're not playing anything or care about until this week when I've convinced my daughter to get into Balatro, and both of them, but they've always played Minecraft, but both of them are now playing Vampire Survivors, like a lot. They really like it. They're playing it on their iPads, things like that, and on the tablets and on the Xbox and all of that. So I happen to be looking through Steam for something weird and unusual to play, and as you know, and I was talking about this on my show before. There's this idea of a game of a genre, right? A game that is so good that came out that was so influential that other games follow it. And I kind of believe that Vampire Survivors is that of this generation because there are many Vampire Survivor likes now. One of which is a game called HoloCure, Save the Fans. Yeah, this is a game by a single developer. He put it together. I think he was using it as a proof of concept to see if he could build a game. I suspect, I'm not sure. But it's about, basically the characters are VTubers. I knew nothing about this going in, like nothing. I just happened to, I read an article about a game that is a free game, which is absolutely free. And everybody's loving, and it's got thousands and thousands of positive reviews. And I was like, okay, well, hey, It's on Steam. It's got thousands of positive reviews, overwhelming reviews. Actually, I'm looking at it now. 414 positive, overwhelmingly positive reviews on Steam. That is very hard to do.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'll check it out. Come to find out, this is a real group of VTubers, like real group. Well, real. They're VTubers, obviously, video, on YouTube. And there's a bunch of characters of them. And this developer took it upon himself to literally make Vampire Survivors with them, and then add things to the game that Vampire Survivors doesn't have. Combining things, and like you've played Vampire Survivors before. You start with the onion, with the garlic, and you add all the various powers and all of that. And he has added mechanics that combine some of your powers. So instead of evolution, which is what Vampire Survivors does, this does, hey, you have an axe that you keep throwing, right? You have a book that keeps spinning around you to keep you safe. How about you combine it? Now you have a book that has axes on them that just keeps killing people every time, right? Stuff like that. Very interesting, odd stuff that this person has added to the mix. So I was playing that, and my daughter has totally like fallen in love with it because it's a bunch of VTubers who are all, pink-haired, schoolgirl-looking characters. But the game itself is actually really good. I've been enjoying myself. It's made me turn on my old Steam Deck, and I've been playing on this thing. I put more hours into it than I should have. I should be playing the Veilguard right now, but them's the breaks. Sometimes some of these games get you. But yes, that's what I've been playing. I've been playing that a lot, and of course, I've been trying to finish up Dragon Age: The Veilguard. So those are the two games I've been playing. Yep.
Very cool. Any shows or anything, or movies or anything, or
shows? Ooh, so there's this show that out of nowhere, one of those things again. I'm a big Sylvester Stallone fan. I just am. I have been. If you're a person of a certain age, you will always live and die by Sylvester Stallone fare. Even bad schlocky stuff. He has a TV show called Tulsa King. Have you seen this?
Oh yes, really good.
Oh man. Oh, I freaking I binged the whole thing. Like it's just really good. Really, really, really good. Oh, and so if you haven't seen Tulsa King, definitely go watch it. It's really fun. He's doing what he does best. He's a mobster. It's a beautiful thing. It's good. I really like it. It's fun. He doesn't take himself too seriously, but it goes to places. It's really cool. And of course, I after we're done here, before I lay my head to rest, I will be catching up on the rest of the episodes of Arcane season 2, which dropped yesterday.
Nice.
So those are my views.
Very cool. Very cool. Before we go any further, Hargeet, let's check this out. Look who did this.
Oh my.
Spartan 661.
I hadn't even started the stream to look up who got it.
That's all right.
Let's
see. Yeah, ice cream dark. What? I don't know.
I got it. All right. So
okay.
I think this is the one. Cameron Swear. I don't know how you say that one. Suire. Swear. Ice cream. Darkness wins. Okay. Ice cream darkness wins. Maxi Coman. OTS Snippy. And cruise missile.
There you go. I guess. Sounds good. And congratulations and thank you so much, Spartan, for donating those membership chats. Now, if you got a membership or if you already have one, you have now access to tons of emojis if you're on YouTube. So check that out. And just a sample of all of them, including the new Kojima one we just added yesterday. So there you go. So yeah, there's tons and tons and tons. And I know Ahsoka, this was one of is one of K.Asante's favorites. Yes, there we go. There she is. Alrighty then. So yeah, so lots of great stuff there, and lots of fun to be had. And if you want your own membership, it's just $1. That's it. Nothing else. Just $1, and you have access to all of the emojis and have fun with them. Burn them up, use them up. Talk shit with them. We even had TTS from Dirt and Shaun. Dirt and Shaun. That's right. That's Dirt. Griggity to you, and of course Shaun. Yep. He will be our guest on the show, our 100th episode, which is coming up the very first weekend after the Game Awards, which we will be breaking down the Game Awards big time. And yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a good episode. I can guarantee you that. We're gonna be talking all kinds of shit, good and bad, having fun. All right, Hargeet, have you been playing anything? I know you don't watch many movies anymore. You have a nice collection of them.
Yeah, funnily enough, I logged into Netflix to watch that Tyson Jake Paul fight, and what a disaster! Halfway through the first round, I'm like, I give up. It was just circle, buffering, circle, quit, come back at circle. I'm like, I give up.
Oh, the lag
It was
on it.
so bad.
Wow,
It was so bad.
I
give up.
Yeah,
but yeah, I haven't even logged into Netflix. I finally logged into Netflix on my Xbox just to watch that. And what a disaster. But anyway, yeah, outside of that, I've been playing Lego Horizon on the PC. I own it on the Switch and on the PC to support it not being on PlayStation. But apparently I'm the only one. It's not selling. Nobody's playing the game. It's just not doing that well.
It got a 5 out of. I think it was a what is it, a 2 or 3 out of 5 or something?
Like that, 72,
yeah.
71.
It didn't really do well, did it?
That's about right. It does not feel like a Lego game. You know, most of the times you go into the Lego game, there's like little worlds, and you like have things you can do and can't do until you collect other characters and have other powers, right? So you can finish the level. It's none of that.
I think the mistake they made is not having it be made by the game that the team that makes Lego
TT games, right? TT Games, I think they're the ones we get, the WB team.
That really it wasn't made by them?
No. Lego pulled the license from TT Games, and like I guess they gave it to other people, and whatever. This just does not feel like that. It's not the same level of fun. Oh God, does she keep talking? Oh my God, she keeps talking. She keeps talking and keeps. Oh my, like, can you just shut up, please? You know, like Lego games are just supposed to be about like going around and destroying things. So you have Lego pieces and like having fun building stuff, right?
Yeah.
This is like the game with like attempted humor and constant dialogue, and I'm like, just shut up already. It just doesn't. It's just not fun. I don't know who this is for. Honestly, I don't know who this is for, but whatever.
Wow. That's just. I mean, I'm shocked that it's not on par with it. You say it's just that bad.
Wow. Like the spark of what made Lego games fun is not there.
Not there.
The thing that makes Horizon good, well, at least the first game, and that's what this is supposed to mirror, is not there either. So it just does nothing good. Yeah, it's sadly like that 70 is probably about right. It's okay. It's not like the worst game ever, but it certainly does not keep me entertained enough to say, oh yeah, I want to go back and finish this. And now I just want to finish it because I started it. I also have been playing Black Ops 6, which thankfully is much better. That campaign is a lot better. But yeah, I'll go back to that once I've gotten this stupid thing out of the way, and then I'll finish that up. But yeah, that one's a lot more fun. But anyway, yeah, so that's what I've been playing. In the middle of that, I also got a little puzzly game, which I love puzzly games, so I finished that puzzle game. That's a little
very cool version. Very cool. No, that's awesome, man. I mean, you know, there's so many great games out there in shows and movies and stuff to watch. And Voodoo, or was it Fandango Video now? They changed the name because they owned them forever. And they finally just changed the name, but I still call it Voodoo for me because it's just shorter. But they have I guess it was specials and stuff all the time, which have a whole big wish list. And it's like if something comes $5, I usually buy it. Well, out of nowhere, I guess because of the new movie, Live from New York, about the Saturday Night Live original show that happened the very first season and everything, that the very first show just about didn't actually make it onto the air, and it's like the whole 2 hours leading up to what happened and how it just all fell together, and how the studio really they were going to try and do it as a write-off. And yeah, it's a really amazing true facts that come out in this story. We're going to take a lot of liberties and stuff, and some of the actors stuff to play. But so season 1 is on available now, which they usually go for like $30 for the whole season. And there's like however many 30 something 50 seasons or whatever of it now. But they season 1 was on sale.
Didn't it start in the 70s?
Yes, it did, because I'm old. It $7.99 for season 1. So I was like, boom, I bought it. And there's 24 episodes.
Absolutely.
And dude, it's some of the craziest. I mean, this was when Chevy Chase was on it, because that was the only season he was on, was season 1. And oh my God, I watched just 2 of them already, and I'm just like, travel back in time, because it's just crazy some of the stuff they did and got away with back then. It's like, oh man, I love it. So anyway, that's what I've been, as far as watching on shows and stuff. I've been dipping back into the old stuff, because yes, I am old. There you go. So welcome out to the chat. We got over 160 people now joining us. It's fantastic. We have over almost 30 people on X. We have 135 people on YouTube, and still 0 people watching us on Twitch. But that's okay. It's just there to be there, because we have the option. I don't know if you can actually stream to this new Blue Sky thing or not, but we'll try and figure that out if it is capable.
So what I found is that you can't stream like via our tools to Blue Sky, but if you embed the link of a show into Blue Sky, just like on Twitter or X, someone can literally watch you through Blue Sky, the app. They just hit play, and it's through YouTube, through the app, so that they could be watching you through Blue Sky right now if somebody embeds the link into a Blue Sky post.
Cool. All right.
Interesting.
Well, we will play around with that in another day, but I'll definitely try it out and see what I can come up with. Something else YouTube did was kind of weird. I'm sure both of you guys are content creators, where if you upload 2 members only either videos, and they don't have to be very long, and also have 2 posts that are members only for it's like till December 17th. So you got plenty of time to do it, and I've signed up to do it, and I'm gonna start doing that. But they'll give you a bonus $200 just to do that. Yep, should be on your I'm not kidding.
That's odd.
Yep.
Okay.
But I think they're just trying to get people to, because I think it's because they're, a lot of these other platforms are trying to, trying to take their bread and butter, that they're like, hey, you want to stay here? This is where you want to stay. This is where you want to go.
Seems like a little thing called competition. Isn't that cool?
Exactly.
And I wonder what you're talking about.
And we are going to start talking about games. I promise. But let's see here. Just let me see if I can pull it up. There we go. Studio. Let's see here. Trying to think. Where's it at? I don't see where it is. Anyway, I'll have to find it for you later, Kay. But I will show it to you. But yeah, it was actually kind of cool, and it's just basically in the studio thing, a little icon on the side. Signed up for it, and it's like easy to do. Why not? Money's money. It's more money we put back into the channel and do more good things. Speaking of that, also the 100th episode, we are going to be giving away, I think, at least $100 worth of gift cards that night as well. So you definitely want to tune in for that. But we'll talk more about that as it comes up. But tonight, guys, we have. I'm just gonna throw this up here. So here's just some of the topics we can go over. I sent them to you, but like Phil Spencer's interview, obviously we want to touch on that tonight because that covers a lot. And Hargeet, I think I also sent you the link to the Rolling Stones interview, which I think was the second interview you did. It was a little more detailed, a little more, I think, fleshed out, I thought, than the first one, in my opinion. And then let's see, we got the Xbox handheld. When? Some people think it's ways off. Some people have, really convinced that it's coming sooner. I don't know. I don't know when it's coming. I just know I want one, and I want it now. The nominees for the 10th annual Game Awards are coming out this Monday. We'll at least get the nominees where we can start voting on them and start start seeing just how bad they snub the Xbox. Anyway, but anyway, hey, yeah. And then let's see, there's the new Xbox new campaign that some people are interested, because Hargeet's an Xbox, in case you didn't know. And then Genshin Impact comes out November 20th, so next week. And that's going to be bigger than a lot of people have on their plate. I don't think most people really understand how big that game is. So I'm excited to play it because it's in Game Pass and it's an online type free to play game, but there's also some perks that are going to be added every month with Game Pass, which is kind of cool. You'll be able to get more free bonus stuff. Awesome, love that. And of course, we definitely going to be talking about tonight the South of Midnight, the first look, and wow, just absolutely looks amazing, absolutely amazing. And then the PS5 Pro. Some of the hardcore specs have been really broke open and deep dived into, and they are surprisingly not very impressive compared to what you're paying for. We'll get into that for sure. So, guys, where do you want to start?
I mean,
Well, I guess the interview is probably
yeah.
the big thing. Let's just get that out.
I was
going to
say the same. Let's get the interview out the way. That's right.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, cool. So you may pull up some of the interview, Hargeet, and then we'll go from there. Let me get that link that I sent to you, and I will just click back on it. Let's see here. There it is. All right. Okay. So I love the headlines for this one better than the other one because everybody was all like, consoles are dead and blah blah. Well, I get so sick of hearing that over and over again. And 57 videos from Dreamcast Goober guy. I mean, sorry about it. Oh yeah, it's so sad. Yeah, whatever. All right, cool. What's the headline say, Hargeet?
That there will still be more console generations. Anywho, there's definitely another future generation coming, right? That's what we see here. He also confirms that there's going to be a handheld, that they're working through that. Yeah, there's plenty of cool things with across these other interviews. You have the potential for some acquisitions. There's that door is not closed. Shocking. And with the success of Call of Duty, you can just imagine what they're thinking up next. But hey, whatever. That's another thing. So yeah, consoles coming, next gen consoles coming, handheld coming. One of the big things was, is there a red line? And he said, well, there's no specific red line. Like anything can go over. That doesn't mean everything will go over. That doesn't mean that he's saying, yes, we're going to put everything. It just means there's no specific thing that's like being said, we will never touch this. And so that's kind of it, right? And so really nothing has changed.
Right.
It's kind of exactly where we've been. Like really nothing has changed. We've known from Sarah Bond that there was another generation coming, and we've been hearing rumors from Phil himself that there's some handheld thing coming. And he himself, Phil, said this in the June interview with Ryan McCaffrey that more games are coming over. That's that's it. Like none of this is new information, but somehow now it's the demise of Xbox for the 5 millionth time.
For 20 years, it's been the end of it, right?
Pretty much. Why is there an Xbox? That should be the thing. Why is there an Xbox?
That is crazy. So, Kay, what are your any thoughts on any of this stuff that we're kind of throwing out with the bathwater tonight?
I mean, I think it's interesting that he came and did these interviews, and now we see them doing interviews with different outlets, right? We don't see them on the same outlets we expect anymore. Now it's Rolling Stone, now it's Forbes, things like that. But that's the part that's interesting to me, not the news that not what he necessarily spoke about, because nothing new was said. Like this is exactly what we've known since 20 whatever. Like he's this even the This Is Xbox campaign. I mean, they did this same exact thing during the time when they were doing a Play Anywhere, right? Like they have a person with a phone, a person with a tablet, a person on TV, a person on the bus, the same thing. But what surprised me was how much people jumped out of the window and made sure they cut all their parachutes to shreds before they did it. Like it was just very weird that people acted like it was just like the craziest. Oh my God, it's over. And I'm just like, have we not been here? We've heard this already. Like this is old news.
Kidding, right?
This is okay. It is notable that he is saying what he is saying, but I didn't hear anything new in the mix because these are all new stories we've heard from him specifically and from them before. Now, what I do think is interesting, and you were saying this a minute ago about the handheld. Obviously, we've all known that there's a handheld coming. Obviously, we've all known that, and he's and the idea of it being years away. I think there's a loophole there. I don't know. We shall see. I don't know. It'll be interesting. When do they show it off versus when does it hit your hand?
Right.
Maybe a couple of years from now. That's double speak. We shall see.
Exactly.
I'm not sure.
So, and that's kind of
the ad, right? If you take that ad and say replace Xbox with PlayStation, that ad still works. And people just seem to forget the fact that PlayStation does literally exactly the same bloody thing. So I don't know how, again, like everybody's up in arms about this is an Xbox when you could literally say this is a PlayStation. And it works. It fully works. Everything that Xbox is doing, PlayStation is doing the same thing. Why are people up in arms about that?
Although specifically this is an Xbox ad, if I have to give people some smoke about it, and there is a small bit that I would give, it's the fact that you say this is an Xbox. I've been living that life a long time now, right? I've been living the playing my games wherever I play them for years now. I was doing it before it was sexy. Let's just be real. But you as Microsoft say, hey, this is an Xbox. This is an Xbox. Go check it out. All these places. And then you go there and you don't get the best experience from your Xbox offerings.
Well, so what? You get an experience, right?
No, I get that, but I guess I would wish. I feel like they're putting the cart before the horse. That's a bit of my smoke, which is, hey, you say this is an Xbox, and you show me like a Fire Stick. Where's my streaming only subscription to make use of that Fire Stick? You say this is an Xbox on a TV, but you know what I'm saying? Like it's not the greatest.
I don't agree with the streaming only like
you don't
subscription model. No, because what is a streaming only subscription model? What does that even mean?
No. What it means?
What do you pay
let me tell you
with Game
Let me
Pass?
tell you what it means. Let me tell you what it means. It means. And by and large, I agree with all of us on this page. Where I have a disagreement when the streaming only specifically is, here I am, right? An uncle with a triplet boys who are my nephews, right? And they love games. They play games. They don't own consoles. Because if you were to buy, that's the problem with having triplets. If you buy one thing, you buy it 3 times. I ain't buying you 3 consoles. I'm sorry. I ain't going that. But they do have 3 TVs. I could easily, wonderfully get them Fire Sticks for their TVs, have it Ethernet connected. They live in New England, near you, Hargeet. I go visit them. Beautiful thing. Problem is, I now must maintain a family. I don't even have a family plan because they're not offering that. I must maintain Game Pass Ultimate for all of them in order to facilitate that, which is ridiculous of a cost. Whereas if you gave me a I don't care the content, you could make it everything, or you could make it a curated, hey, subset, the ones that we know won't have latency issues, whatever it is. Make it cheap. Let me add it to the Fire Stick, and now you got something that'll move.
Another version that has a much smaller number of games, right?
Which is fine.
Or you might say, hey, you have to buy the games, right? Which is good. Which is coming, right? They haven't released.
But this is my point. You just made my point. You're telling me it's an Xbox, but I go there and There's no let's say, oh, this is an Xbox. I want to go play Dragon Age.
that's
I go.
your
Hold on. Wait.
preference, They are.
You say this is no. They say it's an Xbox. I want to go play Dragon Age on this. I go there today. I can't do that.
Right.
I have it on my Xbox. Why can't I do it here? It's an Xbox, right? Why can't it be played here? Now, I hear you. In like less than a month or so, they're saying that their entitlement will then allow it to travel to other endpoints, meaning then you will be able to do that via cloud, and you don't even have to have a Game Pass subscription. Great. But until it's ready for prime time, I kind of feel like they're putting the cart before the horse when it comes to advertising a little bit. That's all I'm saying.
Right. I agree with that.
I can understand that difference, but ultimately they're just saying there are options of accessing parts of the Xbox ecosystem.
Sure.
Whether you're on PC, whether you're on a cloud, or you're on a console, and all three have different things, right? So, whatever.
See, but that's the part that muddies the message, right? Like it's and you can't say these are some components of Xbox, right?
That's impossible to advertise. Right?
Exactly. This is the problem. So if you make the message concise and clear and beautiful, which you have, then that means the output must be clear, concise, and beautiful, and it's not.
Because there's no way to win that battle, so you just put what you got out there and you put it out there, right? It's the same across any platform, right? Could you say that GeForce Now is everything that's on Steam? It's not. So
no, absolutely not.
Say, hey,
but they don't say that though.
Sorry.
But
they don't say that.
They say you can play your Steam games. They say you can play your Steam games, but you can't play all your Steam games. It's like whatever. It is what it is.
Okay,
it's a curated list that's allowed.
You can play the Steam games that most people want to play. They make sure they're good about putting the thing that you want to play on there. But the obscure things,
like I know there's publishers that say no, right? There are publishers.
No. There definitely have been publishers that have said no, but with the rare exception here and there, they try to work out deals with the latest, greatest thing. So like, oh, now you can play this. Oh, you can play that. But of course, try to play some old Star Wars game from like '99, and it ain't going down. That's a whole different. That's a whole different thing. Yeah. But no, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is, I love the fact that they're everywhere, and they're going to continue to be everywhere. I just want them to be great wherever you happen to touch them. And right now, and pause on that one. Right now, when depending on where you go, their experience is a little bit hodgepodge.
Right.
All right. So let's go over this one. I guess we got another 5 from Spartan661, and on the list is Javier, Lord Louis, not in the kitchen. Got it. Jay Fuller and Beerhead 007.
Congratulations on getting a membership, Spartan661. Thank you so much for your generosity. It goes without bounds. I greatly appreciate you more than you know. And we do have a super chat too.
All right. RC Polygons, $5. What I got from the interview: new handheld, healthy business and ecosystem, and my favorite, more acquisitions. All is looking up for Xbox. Yes.
I will 1000% agree with that for sure. So yeah, that's looking pretty good. Kay, I do have to interrupt real quick just to bring this up because our buddy FarQ.
Oh no, what did he do?
So there's this.
Oh no!
God
what is
damn
that? That is terrible. What are we doing? That is not cool. What? That is terrible. What are we doing now? No, stop that. Oh God! All right. Okay, no, I don't like that one. That one's terrible. No, that one. The other one was somewhat like it, but this one's terrible. Come on. Wow.
He picked on me too. He picked on me too. Thanks, buddy.
Damn.
Yeah.
Wow. That is terrible, man.
Stellar day.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Yep.
All I can say is, so FarQ, Hargeet loves this stuff. Just what you know.
Oh my God.
What? No. Hargeet. Fair match, fair play, buddy. Oh my goodness.
God dang.
I know, right? I know. Thanks to having amazing members of the community. Sorry, K.Asante, but I had to bring that up. I thought that was the first one. I thought was pretty good. I mean, come on.
I do know what the ladies like. I'm just saying. I'm sorry.
That's
Never mind. I'm sorry. I had to do it.
Well,
You make me that Avery. I gotta say it. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, exactly. The thing I will say to that is, so yeah,
there you go.
yes, because you are a very handsome man. So there you
Well,
go.
thank you.
You're welcome, sir. And I'm sorry. Oh, fuck you. He's a busy one. All righty. We will Yep. He's very talented. We've got almost 230 people in the chat right now and one watching on Twitch.
Holy crap.
Oh, there you go.
Did you see this?
What does it say?
Hmm?
IGN just market Xbox consoles better than Xbox. When asked what console a consumer should buy this holiday, IGN host said Xbox value proposition is better than PlayStation because of content and price. Well, that's facts, but holy shit, they're actually saying that?
Wow. Okay. I want to see a clip of that because I don't believe it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I would definitely like to see that either in print or the clip from that whatever IGN said that. That's pretty awesome.
I told you guys it will be undeniable. They will have to shift. I told you it was gonna happen. There will be a point where it's undeniable. There's just nothing you can do. What do they have to offer you? Let go of the horizon? Seriously, what are they giving you? You just have to look at it. $700 for a PS5 Pro, or pay $250 for a freaking Series S and get Game Pass. And the number of games that Xbox is just releasing this year, not to mention next year. Come on. And then it just keeps going. It just keeps going.
Yeah.
Come on.
Welcome, 3-Bit. 3-Bit's in the chat. Yeah, him and Fuzzy are going to be doing pixelated echoes later on, and we will send you over there when we are done here. I promise. So stick around for that, or if you want to jump on when they'll be up for a little while. But yeah, I tell you, I mean, look, we see it, and most PlayStation fanboys, ponies see it too. They're just either in denial or they're just like, we can't lose on paper, guys. We can't give in to the inevitability of what's happening at PlayStation. They're hurting, and we know it. And I mean, with companies can't take big losses and expect to be just, we're fine, we're okay, we're good. No, they're not good. And that's just all there is to it.
I still have no idea what those numbers meant that were in the financials. Why did they say that Bloodborne sold 1 million copies? Why did they put that out in 2024? Why?
Yeah.
Can anybody explain that to me? Now, it did sell in a bundle, and maybe like the 7 million or whatever it sold, most of it was a bundle. Maybe that's the case. Because I don't understand those numbers. Why did they put out those numbers? Because it makes it look pretty bad. It looked like most of their games don't sell. And I'm like, why the heck are you putting this out in 2024? What is going on? Why are you telling us this stuff now?
Nice.
Something's weird.
It is. Welcome, Mav. Mav is in the chat from Fun Speculation, dude. Welcome. And Spartan says, "Choo choo, 3-Bit." I like that. Choo choo, motherfucker. That's what Pong Soul says quite often when they have the subscriptions running over there. It's so awesome. But I tell you, we're absolutely blessed to have such amazing people in the community. It is awesome to see. Okay, wow, I'll have to check that out. That's weird. So Fun Speculations, choo-choo. So we had our first message, and guys, we can see it here on our side, from somebody who's watching us on Twitch. I'm afraid to click on it because I don't know, because it's a link. I don't know when it's gonna pull up. But anyway, okay, all right. Let's see here. Let's see. He says, let's see. They talk about. Oh, okay, cool. All right. He actually sent us a clip, and he's watching us on.
Oh yeah, excellent,
Twitch.
excellent.
Cool.
Yeah,
all right.
yeah.
Well, let me see what happens here.
Yeah, it's a link to Next Gen Console Watch, the show about the consoles and whatnot.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
All right. I will check it out. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you for sharing that, bud. Appreciate that so much. We have 2 people watching us on Twitch now. That's awesome. And we have over 200 watching us on YouTube and over 35 watching us on X. So yeah, awesome. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us. Appreciate you. If you can, on whatever you're watching us, hit the like button, hit the share button. We appreciate that. Also, if you want to subscribe to us on YouTube, doesn't cost anything to subscribe. We greatly appreciate that. We're on the way to 4K. For real. Yeah, we passed 3K finally, and we're on our way to 4K. So yeah, we want to try and get the 4K before the Xbox does. Just kidding.
Oh,
I mean, according to Ponybots, or
Nice.
someday,
I like that.
someday we'll get.
That was a good one. That was a
Thank
good
you.
one. That was
Someday we'll
very
get
good.
8K. There you go. There you go. Oh, Tony from Plume Network is in the chat too. Welcome, buddy. Welcome. 3-bit says, "We're all Xboxes. We are all Xboxes." Guys,
the Chiefs lost.
what?
Hell yeah.
No, Crispy Bomb. Welcome, Crispy Bomb. Good to see you, buddy. So all right. So back to the interview. Let's kind of parse some of this out a little bit and get a little deeper into some of it. So his one of the big things that he was pushing that there's going to be more consoles, which a lot of people are like, why they're dead, they're not doing anymore. This is the last one, but we know they're making more. They said they're making more. And Sarah Bond made the comment that it's going to probably be the most powerful.
No,
console?
she said the biggest technological leap. Do
Or the
not
biggest
expect that to be the most powerful.
Exactly. Okay. Let me
Mhm.
rephrase that. Okay, so technological leap. So a technological
Yes.
leap leaves themselves a step back from wide open. I mean, of course, we can fantasize about how amazing it's going to be.
Look,
but
I
with AI and
just think
stuff-
about this. The PS5 to PS5 Pro, people aren't noticing, right?
Yeah.
We're at a point where it's going to be tough, right? The things that are going to differentiate are probably going to be in AI. They're not going to be in graphics,
Hmm.
right? Because the only thing that's left is to get real path tracing. And that's a hard thing to get done unless you really want to go crazy on your GPU, and CPU to that matter, but to keep the frames up. But like, you're going to have to go pretty high to get that level, right? So does anything on the AMD side do path tracing yet? I don't know if they even have it.
Yeah,
But
no,
okay.
but didn't Metro Enhanced Edition do full path trace on console? Like the
you
regular
can do
Metro
it in
did.
software, right?
Yeah.
You can do it in software. So
Yeah.
that's kind of, but like the baked hardware component, that really is the 40 series NVIDIAs that do it.
Mhm.
And you
Yeah.
kind of need to be 4070 and higher to keep your frame rates up. 4060 will do it, by the way. If you want to get a 4060, you'll still do it. It can do path tracing. But like you tank your frame rate quite a bit to get it. But hey, you have the option. But that's the thing that's left. Ultimately, we're already at a point where kind of like you can do 1.5 of the ray tracing capabilities on console with PS5 Pro or even one of the normal PS5 and Xbox consoles. Yes, you can do all three. That could be cool, right? Because if you go to PC, you get all three. So that might be something you get. But again, are you going to notice? It's very hard to notice. It's not that apparent, right? If you get reflections, that's probably the one that most people will see. Maybe you'll see global illumination in ray trace mode be a little nicer, but honestly, it's like reflections is the thing that's the most obvious. Shadows can make things more dynamic, but again, it's not like it's the end of the world, right? It's very hard to really notice that stuff. It's gonna now really just be kind of like capabilities that you can get with AI. I don't know if it's gonna be dramatically better, because again, it gets to be costly if you want to get dramatically better. Yes, they could, technology can come down in price over time, but as we're seeing, technology going up has actually cost more. Our consoles are increasing in price mid-gen, not going down in price. I don't know that they're going to give you that much more of a leap. So I'm just trying to warn people of like, don't expect this to be like, hey, it's going to be 4 times more powerful and all that. Like, you're probably going to see an AI chip. That's probably going to be the big differentiator. Because if they could do more, the mid-gen of the PS5 would have been better. It's just not that much. I don't see it being that big of a differentiator. Maybe they can bump it up a lot. But at what cost? Like, you heard the comment, $1,000 console. Like, and we can't sell you because you know why he said that, right? Because they're looking at, let's make the technology really good. Oh, it's $1,000. Which I don't know if you were there, Kay, when I think you were when we were talking to Jason Ronald, And I'm like,
Mhm.
dude, I don't want a mid-gen unless it's $1,000 because I don't want to see, like, I need to see it. Like, show me. Like, it's got to show up. I don't want some stupid little, oh, here's a couple more chief. I don't care. That's not useful to me. Like, show me. It's got to show up, right? And so make it $1,000. I might as well pay more money and get something useful. But that's my problem. It'll cost $1,000. Like, I'm willing to pay that, but the average consumer is not willing.
And here's the problem. Here's the big rub. Like the first part you said, mid-gen refresh. It's a mid-gen. The code base is still beholden to the original version of that hardware.
Yeah.
So no matter how amazing hardware you add to it, it's diminishing returns. They can't use it to its fullest capabilities. The PS5 Pro can do more than what it's being allowed to do, because if you allow it to do more, now you've alienated the PS5 base and it won't run the game as well. Right? So it's only regulated to little odds and ends and beautifying and what do you call it? Anti-aliasing here and there. You know what I mean? That's the stuff that you can get away with, because then the original code base is still intact. Right? This is the problem with any mid-gen anything. And it's not even to say that the mid-gen PS5 Pro is bad or good or whatever. It's stuck. It's held back by the PS5 itself, because that should be a new generation. Cut it off. Let them develop from this hardware base, and then you might see some interesting things. I, for one, even though I didn't buy it, I am excited about the PS5 Pro. Why? Because even though all it's doing is it's upscaling right now, there's a world, and I staunchly believe that in a year, maybe 2 years, you'll see it doing upscaling and frame generation. Like as they mature their processes, those neural processing units will be used for lots of interesting things. They put a lot in the tank to only give you upscaling. They put a lot in the tank. Like with the release of the PS5 Pro, it is the device that has far more neural processing units than any other device on the market. Right? What is it? People talk about Xbox's processing power capabilities, their AI capabilities. They have roughly 77 to 80 tops of MPUs, right? Windows has all the cool little interesting things that it's doing with it. 45 tops. That's what you need from a hardware perspective to get it to run. The PS5 Pro, 300 tops. The most in any device released today. Doesn't mean they're using it. That's why all you're seeing is upscaling, right? That's why I'm like, show me, like Hargeet saying, show me, right? But there is a world where as the technology matures, now it does more, and it does more, and it does more, all with the same device, which is cool. It's a future cool, but today, not worth it for me, right? But Hargeet, I would say, for me anyway, the next gen that we're looking forward to, the next gen that I'm excited about, isn't about how shiny the puddles look, isn't about the path trace calculations or any of that. Yes, that's included, but that should be the backdrop, right? To me, the whiz bang shiny should be the floor, not the ceiling, right? The reason why games like Hellblade 2 are exciting to me is not because Hellblade 2 is the pinnacle. It's the fact that one day, because that exists, one day you'll get an open world game with characters that look that way. It is nowhere near today. We're not anywhere close to that. But because this exists, we can work towards the world where one day that becomes the floor instead of the exception, right? What excites me today is Dragon's Dogma 2, right? A bustling world that's just so good that even if you got a 4090, it's buckling your machine to its knees in the city, right? That's next gen. Every door opens. Every NPC is not just stuck in the loop. They're all doing their own thing, right? Really, they were really doing their own thing.
You might get a game that does that, right? But I mean, realistically,
but this is the point.
It's the development cost of doing something like that that's going to be the problem, right?
But that's next gen, right? That's next gen. Alan Wake 2 is next gen. We don't get too many of those. All they do is keep shining up the old stuff and going, see, it's nicer looking now. Right?
Yeah,
PlayStation's even stopped shining away about it. They're literally shining up the old ones, not giving you new IPs that look like the old ones. They're just going, remember that one? Let's do it again and again, right? We never move forward in that world.
Here's the problem though, right? The majority of customers aren't going to upgrade. And I don't know how long these gens keep going, But when do we think the Xbox One and PS4 really truly die?
Oh, that's a question that you have to ask Epic. They're the only ones that will answer that question. And I don't mean that because of the engine. I mean that because of Fortnite.
It's Fortnite, yeah, and it's not just Fortnite, right? It's all those games.
And it's not
that
exactly
keep playing, and they're not.
As long as they exist and they're going to continue to exist, that hardware will be there forever. That's right. Yeah, absolutely.
And like your series consoles, your PS5, it's the same problem, right? Why would you upgrade if you don't need to? Like the big key differentiator for the average gamer isn't the graphics. Yeah, that's cool. It's the speeds, because you get SSDs. And so that's a cool feature to have with the new consoles. What's the next one going to be? It loads from 1.5 seconds down to 0.5 seconds. Do you think they care?
No.
It's just not going to matter.
But that's exactly the point I'm making, right? Like, you're saying that it's diminishing returns, so that's a problem. I'm saying it's diminishing returns, so they're going to move the goalpost like they did before. Because remember, they moved the goalpost to the stair steps that is 1080p makes you a better gamer. They did that. The marketing did that, right? And most people didn't know, like, because frankly, they should have stayed at 1440p. That's the sweet spot. We all know this. But they kept going higher and higher. And then they realized, oh my God, if we keep going higher and higher, that's costing us more as a vendor for Xbox and PlayStation. So now it's time to change people's minds about that stair-step ladder of 4K to this and that and the third, right? Because all it's doing is costing us more. Yes, that's all it's doing, right? So at this point, I agree with you. I really do think that it'll all be a neural processing unit talk, right?
That's going to be a big deal.
It's going to get everywhere.
Very interestingly, all of our computers, how many of them have AI chips?
Very few. Very few.
So a console comes out, will actually have, just like before, right? Will actually have capabilities that you don't have.
This has 15 tops. This is the only device in my house that has tops.
Right?
This is 15 tops.
Saying,
this in the Xbox,
So this is the thing, right? So that is one of the interesting areas to look at, is if the next console comes out and says, "Hey, out of the box, we've got AI capability that your PC doesn't have." You haven't bought one that has this yet. And hey, if you want to upgrade, here's what it's going to cost you. So then the proposal to go to the console becomes pretty compelling, right?
Right.
Yeah.
That'll be the interesting thing for the next gen. But we'll see. We'll see what happens.
I honestly don't think they're going to continue down the visual marketing lane, because, like you say, it's too late now. There's too much.
It's hard to make a case.
You can't do it anymore. You cannot do it anymore. It is now going to be about, see Cyberpunk. Every character has their own life. You can literally stalk them through the entire day, and they're going home, they're going to their wives, they're going to the movies, and each of them have their own routines. That is next gen. Every door opens. It's not just there for you, it's there for themselves.
And this is what they were trying to tout with the Xbox One with the cloud processing, right?
Yes.
But it never really got implemented, right? And
true.
If we get to that world, because then here's the thing. Yes, you can do some of that natively on your next gen console, but nothing stops you from doing that from even an Xbox One. Why? You could do it in the cloud, and you could say, "I'm going to give you that capability." The problem is cost. How do they manage the cost in the cloud?
Not just that. It's not just cost though. It's cost, and it's also us graybeard gamers. That means even more of your single player games are forced to be online only.
Yeah. People will get over that pretty fast because they already have. How many of your games are not online only?
No, I mean, look, multiplayer, okay, but even to this very day, when single player games come out and they don't justify their online always connections, we rightly rail against them, and we should continue to do so. We definitely should continue to do so. If it is a single player, no need to be connected situation, there's no reason for them to be online connected. And we have every right to bitch about it, right? Now, if we live in a world where everything is hybrid cloud, now we're screwed because everything needs to do that. But even in the situation of a game like, for example, what do you call it? Flight Sim, that right now has that hybrid cloud model. You can still play Flight Sim offline. Right? It looks terrible. it does. It looks the landscape turns flat and boring, but you can still do it, right? When it's net connected, then it looks amazing, So there's some room there.
Well, but that's exactly how this would be too, right? You would just forego the feature, right? But if you want the additional feature, it would just be coming from the cloud. But either way, like, yeah, I think that is a cool capability you could have natively. Where it becomes more interesting is you could take that on a portable and start using that capability natively on a portable, right? So we'll see. There's plenty of potential in those realms. But I suppose this started with the what is the next gen and what is that technological leap. And I think that technological leap, what they're talking about is AI capability. I don't think it's going to be your GPU is going to be from 12 teraflops to 60 T-flops.
Oh, you know what, Hargeet? Let us look into the camera right now. And you know, between you and I think the technological brain trust is quite prevalent here. Don't expect it to be graphics technology. Please.
I doubt it. I think
look into your soul graphics right now and understand that it won't be graphically intensive. It just won't. It can't. It's a handheld. If they're talking handhelds, it will not be graphically intensive. It can't.
AI upscale for graphics, and it's going to be AI for game enhancement. I think those are the big technological leaps.
But let me be clear though.
What you're going to get for part of it. And
But let me be absolutely clear though. That's not necessarily a bad thing. When people were complaining about Starfield locked at 30, I was getting an average of 70 some odd frames on this thing. Why? Because I can integer scale it from 800p up. I can after integer scaling it, I can do a frame generation on it. And now I'm like medium settings and I'm like running 70 plus frames per second on this. Right? And that's today. So there is a world where it's still really cool and you still get your stuff and it's still awesome. It's just don't expect it to blow your wig back in a real graphic intensive kind of way. You may still need a plug it under the TV, plug into a monitor type situation in order to facilitate that.
Yeah, I agree with you guys. It's but we need it. That's the thing. We want
and soon
we need it. Yeah,
soon. I think Microsoft should at least show something off before the end of this year in order to turn the page and to shut up the mouth breathers that are talking every 5 minutes about it being over. Oh, it's over. Show them the new hardware. Show them something.
Yeah. And you know, we've all heard things, and that's all I'll say. And some of us from different sources have heard things that might potentially happen around the Game Awards presentation. And I'll just say, and I'll put it in chat so that
it'll be a fun show.
Exactly.
Just watch. Tune in.
Just watch. It will be a fun show.
Okay,
but
now I need to ask you guys how much Keely's paying y'all, because it sounds like there's some things going on.
Oh yeah.
So it's all just
DLC
rumors.
will win Game of the Year.
All right.
It's all just rumors until it happens. Just keep that in your mind. So, but we definitely will be stirring the pot as it gets closer. But the Game Awards this year should be pretty interesting. The nominations come out. I guess the first shoe to drop will come out Monday, and that jumping
tomorrow,
over to tomorrow. So
before Flight Sim comes out, before Stalker comes out.
Got to make sure you get the awards out there before Microsoft can win anything. So I'm just saying. What's funny to me, and maybe it's not the best game ever, but definitely to date one of the best looking games. Hellblade 2 is people are
It's not getting nominated for anything, guys. Get over it.
Nothing.
It's
you don't
not
think so?
nominated.
Nothing.
Doubtful. Doubtful. No.
I think it's a shame.
I don't think so.
I
agree.
It. Dude,
I agree. It's a shame, but
it's Astros winning Game of the Year. Just forget everything. It doesn't matter. It is what it is. Astros winning Game of the Year.
Oh God, I hope not. I hope you're wrong on that one, dude.
Just let it go. It's Astro. It's going to be a 30th year anniversary special edition Keeley show, and it's going to be Astro that's going to win. Just let it go. Just let it go. Just let it go.
No,
where's my little thing? I have it here.
Let it go. Let it go.
Yep. I like this. If Astrobot wins Game of the Year, I'm selling my PlayStation 5. Well, there you go.
Get ready to sell your PlayStation 5.
You're really that confident? You're confident that it's going to win Game of the Year?
Target, you really think so? You really?
It's a Keeley show. Did you see how many tweets that guy put out when PS5 Pro came out?
Yeah.
He's the salesman of the goddamn. He can't wait to lick the freaking Astrobot bot. Come on. The guy is it's going to be Astrobot. Why wouldn't it be? Tell me why he cares about anything else.
So let me say this. And this is not me defending. This is definitely not me defending. Right?
It's
see, there you go. She said Astro should win. No,
the
reason
it's
why
literally the highest meta game of the year. It's a Sony game. Okay, and it's the 30th year anniversary. And what does Astrobot do? Celebrate the 30 years of freaking PlayStation. Like it's a match made in heaven. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
I mean, Keeley did say that they are now allowing DLC and remaster remakes to be considered for Game of the Year. I mean, Elden Ring is right there. It also
lower meta than Astrobot.
Well, true. But they don't use meta as a barometer, because if they did, there would have been some Xbox games in there, but that never happened. Let's keep it moving.
But they have the excuse in hell, and he wants Sony to win. He can't wait to have Sony win. Come on.
Well, okay. Well, you heard it here first. Hargeet is prognosticating. He's putting on his. Well,
I say it's 70% Astro win. Like,
you see what I did there?
It's possible for something else to win. If it's possible for something else to win, but I would be shocked.
Oh, backpedaling, Hargeet. Backpedaling. I'm just kidding. I'm just teasing.
I'm not back. I'm telling you, it's like 70% for me. It's Astro.
Okay.
It would be shocking if this wasn't a 30th year anniversary special.
I mean,
of
to your point, sir.
It would be shocking.
To your point, sir, we have a voting member in the chat saying it should win. So I guess I stand corrected. I'll be quiet real quick. You know,
that's true.
It's
true.
And Harris is the Xbox dude.
Yes.
What do you think's gonna happen?
You said no, I didn't. What do you mean no, I didn't? You said it should be a Game of the Year. Am I wrong, or did I not see him say that? Am I wrong? Yeah, Astro should win. Yeah, you said Astro should win. Digital receipt, sir. So if you're a member and you're saying it should win, we at least know it has one vote. So there you go.
Yeah, I mean, look, and the majority of media, like it or not, is pro PlayStation. It just is. I'm not saying it's the big ones. I'm saying all the smaller ones that do get to vote, they just happen to have a tilt towards. And come on, Astro was universally loved. It just is what it is.
No, you're not wrong.
It's not gonna be Astro.
You know, and you know what? Which other game would put up an actual genuine fight right now? There have been people saying Metaphor should win.
Another one.
Balatro. Yep. Balatro may get like best indie game. Right. Yeah. There are others. I was hoping indie would be in there, but of course, indie is in December, so it's not gonna get it. But yeah,
and I don't think indie's gonna even get to the 90s. Though, by the way, I think it's gonna be in the 70s, but we'll see.
Wow.
As far, I just don't see it happening. But like,
so once again, he doubles down. He says Astro should win.
Somebody said in the chat that his other comment was actually directed at a different game.
It
wasn't directed at that.
So once again, a voting member says it should win. So again, I stand corrected. I will defer to your prognostication, sir.
I think FF7 will be another one. FF7 Rebirth, right? That's the one that came out this year, right? I think that's going to be up in nominations. But again, Astro's going to win. Astro's going to win.
Okay,
Astro's
very good.
Okay,
there you go. I hope it doesn't win. That's all I'll say. That.
well, Dave, if you hope it doesn't win, which one would you say is a better deserving game?
Oh well, if you're able to get DLC, then of course Starfield DLC. Just kidding.
That's not winning.
Just kidding.
Erdtree has a chance.
Yeah,
War Within came out at like a mid-80s, I think, right? So that's probably not going to win.
I like this one. That's a good choice.
Space Marine 2. I love that game. Oh man,
like a mid-80s.
So beautiful.
Yeah.
Mid-80s meta, something like that. Again, meta isn't the only critical factor, but you have to also look at just how much it's critically loved, right? It's going to be one of those things that because it's literally the critics that are going to nominate. I don't know. I just like it's so like a match made in heaven for Astro to win, and they're going to do a 30th anniversary special. It's going to be a celebration of PlayStation. It just seems like the punctuation mark on like an exact like celebration of PlayStation, and this is just the perfect game to celebrate it. So it would be very odd to me if it didn't win. It would be very
Horizon Zero Dawn
remaster, remake, whatever.
That's
thingy,
great.
right? Did Last of Us remaster come out this year?
No.
Last of Us 2, was that this year? When did that remaster come out? Because they had like a remaster of Last of Us 2, right? Something like that.
Yeah.
Well, because if that would be another one that would like, but they're not gonna give it to a remaster. They're gonna give it to Astro.
Oh, Hargeet,
Concord.
read that chat there, Hargeet. That's
Website Keeley changed the rules to accommodate PlayStation's only output lately. Look, I want to be fair to this. Like, people keep saying that that's because of PlayStation. First, Nintendo puts out more remasters than PlayStation does, and Xbox puts out more seasonal and DLC content than all of them combined. So if you really think that that's not a thing that could help Xbox, it certainly can. Okay, so I don't want to just say it's just for PlayStation.
right.
Keeley tends to do things for PlayStation, but there's a lot of seasonal updates that Xbox games have. I usually discount them in the comparison tables because it's kind of unfair. But if you really want to play that game, like Xbox has something almost every month. They have more content for their games. It's crazy how much they put out, right? So that really does help if you want to look at it from that point.
So does Sea of Thieves finally get best ongoing game now because it's on PS5?
Possibly.
That would be
possibly. Awesome. I mean, it's got a lot of players, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. But whatever. There's other Xbox games that have a long tail as well, right? So whatever.
See, in my world, best ongoing game now and forever will be No Man's Sky, who keeps giving you DLC for like 7 years for free.
Yeah, that's pretty damn impressive.
You know.
It really is. It's kind of impressive.
Yeah.
But
so
especially for indie, right?
I hate to interrupt us for just a second.
Please, yeah.
But well, he's been at it again.
Oh no.
So
here we go. Here we go. Let's see.
So FarQ has decided to make us the Suicide Squad.
Oh no. Oh God.
And here we are.
No, that's terrible. That does not look like me. I will warn you now. It does not look like me. My ears are not that big. I have small ears for a large man.
Looks really good. Yeah.
That is terrible, bro.
I thought my boobs would be bigger. Come on, man. Come on. Lord help us all. All right. So yeah, we'll stop sharing that. But yeah. FarQ.
And get the beard right, man. FarQ, if you're gonna get the beard right. What is that? Huh? Look like my pudgy little brother. What is that? Anyway.
It says it looks like Kimbo's lice.
Yes, exactly. Like what is
That's funny. FarQ's quite talented. Doing AI.
He's good.
Even if we are the brunt of his punishment. I mean, of his talents.
Of his talent. Yeah, that's what it meant. Yeah.
That's what it is. That's what it is. Hargeet stepped away from it. So anyway, yeah. So the Keeley Awards should be pretty good. I don't really know what to expect. Tomorrow will be interesting. I think it's tomorrow evening is when he's actually dropping it. It's like 5 p.m. Central, something like that. But yeah, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. And then of course, next week we'll kind of talk about it a little bit as well. But when we do next week's show is going to be the weekend before Thanksgiving. And that one's going to be me and Hargeet and members of the chat.
Nice.
We are actually going to be bringing on members of the chat. So Hargeet, get ready for that. FarQ, get your mic ready because we're going to pull you up next week, buddy. You're going to jump on with us. You don't have to have your camera on, but definitely got to get your microphone going. Yeah. And,
no. He has to be on camera, and we expect to see pictures of him. Transpose on other things.
Let's see. Yeah, he's okay. Are you gonna be mad at me if I show you one? Show you one he sent. Okay, of you.
Here we go.
So what game were we talking about a minute ago?
I don't remember. I'm sure I'll be angry.
Astro?
Go ahead.
No, it's the game that
Hellblade?
no, the one they just showed this week a trailer on.
You
South of
mean
Midnight?
South of Midnight.
Stalker?
South of Midnight.
Indie?
Oh my
South of
god, that
Midnight.
is terrible. That is the worst thing I've ever seen.
Oh my god.
That is horrible. That is dreadful. What is wrong with you, fuck you? Come on, man. That is just too much. Come on, sir. This is not good. No.
Oh my goodness.
No.
Alrighty.
I can't unsee that, man. And I was excited for that game too. Now you ruined it for me. What's wrong with you, man?
Oh my goodness. Oops, let me go full screen on that so we can have that as our background. Yeah. So there you go. So we're gonna kind of jump to this for a little bit, and we can always come back to other things. 3-bit. I guess Boss Mod Lethal Papa. What's up, buddy? Good time to see you. Corkenstein, the Cork Master Jam. Good seeing you, buddy. But 3-bit was laughing about that pretty good. So I guess 3-bit's never got the FARQ treatment. But then again, 3-bit can actually animate pretty good. He could probably come up with something pretty crazy himself. That's all I'm saying. I look forward to seeing what he's come up with on Fable. So, and when it actually comes out, we hopefully will give us a good talk around like things that he was able to work on once the game is out and he's able to talk about it. But we'll get that for another day. So, guys, this video came out, and the big dev direct going into detail about how they made the game, where the inspiration came from, some of the amazing lore that they actually used, and 3-bit says Fable soon! ! Interesting.
Excellent. Yeah.
More information on things. Very exciting. Very exciting. South of Midnight. Kay, we're going to start with you on this one. So, I mean, what are your thoughts on what you've seen? And did you actually get to watch this little documentary they put out?
I did. I watched the documentary. Full disclosure, I know one of the gentlemen that's in this video. So I think I spoke about it briefly on my show. I happened to meet the audio director of South of Midnight some time ago. Good dude. So take everything I say with that knowledge. Needless to say, and he shares nothing. Let's just be clear.
Right.
He shares nothing. So, but yes, I was super excited to see this. This game has been this unique little interesting thing that they've just kind of been incubating in the background for some time now. And there's always been question marks as to what this will turn into, right? Like, will this really be what it purports to be? Because, they came from humble beginnings, as it were, right? The studio did. And I really liked their previous game as well. It didn't kind of hold up in the long run. It wasn't as tight as it could have been. But the spark of brilliance was definitely there. So I was really excited to see what they were talking about. And way early on, way early on, Phil Spencer spoke about how he was excited. They asked him about what games he was excited for, and he pulled this studio. And then rumors were swirling about them potentially wowing the internal teams, and that justifying them getting a lot more money, and turn Compulsion into a bigger team than they originally were scoping. There's been a lot of tea spilt about this process and this team. So I've been excited to absolutely check it out. And this documentary did not disappoint. It's really great. Go figure, right? They're a team from Montreal who basically all but said that they had a spark, but they needed help. So they got some wonderful people who either are who have historical touch points in the Louisiana Deep South, in the Carolinas. They look wonderful.
Yeah.
What lady on the screen there came and consulted with them and made sure that the stories they were telling were correct, and that they were referencing like great touch points from that period and doing it the justice it deserved. Go figure. It's a consultant. Hey, the more you know, right? This documentary was wonderful in that it kind of told the story that needed to be told, and kind of respected the art of consultancy a little bit, because I feel like the narrative out there has been very, very poisonous vis-a-vis consultants, and all the agendas they peddle, all this. So I thought this was real cool. It showed really, really well. What I want to know is, and Everborn asked me this on the show, and I need to ask some questions, maybe get an answer on it. Was this made by Tina Amini and her team, or was this a different team? Because this seems to be this was a different thing than their directs, right? This is a full-on documentary. They took time, they took B-roll, they're in, as you see, they're in the woods, they're all over the place. Was this Tina and team on the ground, or was this a separate, like, full documentary team? I feel like it's the latter, because it looks like they took a lot of time to make this thing shine, and they've been busy working with them for some time in getting it done. I am very excited for this project. I expect it to be amazing. Everything I see just makes me want to play it even more. I'm over the moon at the fact that this looks like it will be a success, because I feel like the people who put their blood, sweat, and tears into it deserve that respect, right? I'm hoping that that's the end of this story, right? The game looks great. The art style looks amazing. The only thing that was odd to me was the stop motion, which continues to just feel a little bit, there's something off about it sometimes, I feel. But I did hear that those can be turned off, right? If you're a person who's susceptible to those stop motion vibes, I feel like it counteracts the smoothness of the 60 plus frame rate, right? Because they do that for effect. But yeah, I hear you can turn that off. But besides that, yeah, I think it's great. I think it's great. I'm super excited to see more. I hope we get a chance to like preview it and play it and all of this. So yeah, I'm there for it. Day one. Ooh, and if you're talking, Dave, you are on
It's
mute.
almost like thank you.
There you go.
It's almost like a Tim Burton movie. But like you're able to play it. And then 3-Bit did say, I already leaked that Fable will have grass. What more do you want? We want a lot more, but we'll talk about that when the game releases. Yeah, there we go. Hopefully, maybe 3-Bit week, maybe we have you on if you're able to one night. You coming on for maybe just a quick discussion once the game is available, and you can literally talk about it, because obviously we don't want to. We want to know like everybody else, but we have much respect for the work that you do. He's also a guy that does the Aflac Duck commercials. Pretty amazing digital work that he does with that too. Just saying. Pretty amazing. But Hargeet, what are your thoughts on seeing this documentary, this amazing artwork? Are you excited for this?
Well, first I'll answer the question, K.Asante. It was not done by Tina. I mean, it was done by an actual documentarian. I think it's Kai Leduc. He's a Canadian documentarian, and so this is professionally done. This is professionally done. So it was done. That's why it looks like this, right? It is a professional work that was done by who does this kind of work.
Let's not take anything away from Tina and team.
Oh, no, that's fair.
And they visually do stuff as well.
But they work on showcases and stuff like that. This is a professional.
This is far beyond that. Yes.
Right. This is a professional filmmaker who does documentaries, and therefore that's why it's like this. And I think the documentary was great. The game looked cool as it was. My main concern has always been it's Montreal guys talking about the Deep South. Will it be authentic? And this allayed those fears. Thank God they did get the right kind of consulting, right? To say, I need somebody who understands the deep lore, understands people in that region, and then can tell us about it, right? And they spend time just listening to stories, right? To understand the culture, understand the people, understand the mythos. That's cool. That's what I wanted to see. That was my main concern about this was, are you going to be authentic or not? Right? Is this going to be topical and stupid, or is this going to be like actually like the people who are there and tell their kind of story the right way? Which is, it's the difference of like the AC Shadow versus Ghost of Tsushima, right? Ghost of Tsushima, embed in the culture, go talk to historians, make sure you're right, meticulous about the the details, right? That was why that game didn't have as much of a pushback, because they did a good job with it. That's the whole point, right? Whereas AC Shadows has been getting all sorts of controversy, right, from Japan itself. So whatever, right? That's kind of how it goes. If you don't do things the right way, you end up with stupid things. And that was my main fear about this. I'm thinking it's looking good. I'm hoping it's because it looks like they did the right thing. So we'll see when it comes out. But that was my main fear. I like the gameplay already looked cool. That was my main thing. And look, this is not supposed to be a massive 100-hour thing. Compulsion was never going to grow to that level. That was Xbox's thing. They wanted to keep them like light and nimble enough to just make something like this. It's a 12-ish hour. That's what they're saying. It's perfect. Exactly what I'm looking for from these guys. This looks like a great game, right? And even if you turn off the little like skip frames thing, I kind of want to play it that way. I just want to see what it's like what's the experience, right? That was their vision, right? And just see what that feels like. But yeah, overall, I'm impressed with their detail, right? That they wanted to get into the mythos, the understanding of the people, right? That's really cool. It's important, and especially when you're tackling an arena that isn't your natural understanding, right? That's not what you know. It's important to go in and talk to people, understand the culture. So this is cool. I'm pretty. I guess I'm respecting the fact that they did this right. I like that. It was my main concern with this. So it's looking good. Otherwise, let's just get the game. And we're thinking it looks like April, May, right? This is coming out. Let's get this game. We're at 6 months. Let's get this game, play it. I'm looking forward to seeing this, experiencing something different. I like that. It's going to be something different. But that's the part that's cool, right? Like experiencing things that you're not naturally always seeing in the game world, or in anything, right? To be honest, how many times do you see stuff like this? It's very not common, right? To get into this kind of arena. So I like it. I want to see more of this kind of thing. Even exploring just in America, just something that's different. That's cool. But this is why I want to expand to the world and like get the different experiences of the world, right? And how many people even know the Bayou in America? Just forget the rest of all the different things in the world. Just think of this, right? And then you look at other countries in the world, like big countries that have varied cultures within them, within the country. And there's so many stories that can be told about different parts of the world. Now I love seeing this versus let's go back to the Celtics, the Nordics, the Romans, the Greeks, and like, all right, how many times are we gonna have the same freaking guy? Can we go to these kind of things? Like, let's do some new stories, right? Because there's so much out there, and like this is great. So I hope it does well. I hope it is critically received well, and I hope like Xbox and others take the chance. I know it's tough though, right? The problem is this kind of game really can only be done because Game Pass exists, and it can fund this kind of thing. And I hope Microsoft takes it to heart that, yes, you need to do this. You need to do more of these. I hope it does well in Game Pass. I hope people give it a chance. I hope the controversy bullshit doesn't like block it, because it's going to get it. And it's already starting to. It's black characters. Why it's black? I don't care. Shut up. Like sometimes you just need to have like different people telling you different stories. And in some cases, I get it when you're like replacing somebody who's traditionally this and put it to that. Fine. Those I get that's kind of cheesy, right? The Peter Parker is emasculated by Mary Jane. Okay. Yeah. I get that. That's kind of stupid, but that's not this. This is a story developed for this region, for somebody who looks like this. I want to see these stories. I want to see more of this. I hope it doesn't get like lambasted for being a black female character, because that was the point of the game. So, so I really hope it doesn't get like overshadowed with that, and it just people give it a chance. I want more of these kind of stories. I like this is exactly what I'm looking for. So I love it. I love that this is coming out. I love that they tried to tackle it. Let's see how well they do with it. Right, that's yet to be seen. I like that the cast is there and that they're able to voice their opinions about it. Like that's what you need, right? That they can say, hey, you know what? Maybe you should think about it from this angle, from that angle. That's exactly it, right? Because the people that are doing this aren't necessarily from there either, right? So
A quick aside, Amon Best, who you're looking on the screen here, we
Jar
are the
Jar.
Gamers Council. Yeah, we are the Gamers Council. There's Star Wars paraphernalia all over the place. Meet Jar Jar Binks.
Exactly.
Jar Jar Binks.
Exactly.
You know, somebody at PC is going to change his lines to have that voice, right?
Lisa, so excited.
Oh no.
Oh goodness.
It'll be amusing for like 10 minutes, but it's definitely going to happen.
Well, it's actually good to see him doing something because that kind of set his career back just a little bit.
Oh no, he's been doing a lot of really good in games. He's been doing mocap for a long. Everborn called him the black. What's the other guy? The gentleman's name? Who does all the mocap work in Hollywood? Well respected, well known mocapper.
I don't know.
I know you're talking about the guy who did Gollum.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Oh.
Yes.
And,
yes.
and all
his body of work is similarly as in depth.
Yeah, and he does all the 8 movies.
The voice.
Yeah, he does all the
What is
movies.
his name?
That's right. He does all the 8 movies. He does. Yes. At this very moment, his name escapes me. But yes, let's move on.
Yeah.
I'm sure
He was even Oompa Loompa too. wasn't he? I'm just kidding.
Andy Serkis.
Andy Serkis.
That's it.
Andy Serkis.
Yeah.
He has a similar career as Amon Best.
Andy Serkis, yeah. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to it. This was a great documentary. It definitely allayed some of my fears. I think they did the right work to make sure this is going to be hopefully authentic. I like it. Let's go. Let's go. This looks great.
Cool. I'm excited about it too. Like I said, I just think that it's it came out of nowhere. It started to captivate us. I mean, look at what's on screen right now. That looks amazing. When they show the clips of the actual right there, look at that. That looks amazing, and that's like in game, in engine. So that's just gonna be, man. It's gonna be so good, so good. So with that, we've had a couple of people asking, and thank you, Quirk's team put in there, Andy Serkis. So thank you, Bud, for doing that. It is definitely going to be a one to look out for, and hopefully we'll hear more about it soon. I mean, for them to put out this little documentary now, it's pretty amazing. But another game that in the same week, when Microsoft is killing it, fantastic, doing great things, they put out another little documentary, which I'm not going to play all of it here, but I'm going to play something else of it so we can get the idea about it. But Stalker 2, an in-depth gameplay of Stalker 2. And that comes out next week, guys. That's next week. So, wow.
Oh, yeah.
What are your thoughts? What are you thinking? Kay, I'm going to go to you again first on this one. Is I mean, does this interest you? I mean, are you excited about this? What do you think?
So I got a chance to go hands on with this at Gamescom in Germany.
Nice.
For a small amount of time. I also got a chance to actually see the developers. I ran up to them. I went, boom, bought 15 copies of your games to give it out. He goes, oh, that's so amazing. I stopped them in their tracks to let them know. But yes, this game looks to really, really be very cool. They're doing some super, super interesting things with this game. And what I mean by that is there are some elements of the game that you wouldn't expect from a standard shooter, right? Decisions you make come back and have ramifications later down the line, almost RPG in that way. One thing that I will warn, okay, it's beautiful, runs 60 frames per second, locked on the Series X. At least that was it was locked on the dev kit that I was playing it on, and everybody could give it a try. It is beautiful. They have done such a great job. And obviously the story of this game, the harrowing story of the development process and the people who committed their lives to doing this under such crazy circumstances, that story needs to be told and needs to be respected. What I will warn, and this was a warning that Hargeet gave during the days of Hellblade 2, when he said, hey, it's for a subset of folks, be careful. I will say the same about this game. This game is a PC game. It always has been a PC game. And by that, I mean old school, not holding your hand, like it is
Hard,
hardcore.
right?
Yes. Like it will put you on your butt whenever possible. Like it is not your Call of Duty. It's not concerned with making you feel great. It's not concerned with giving you a power fantasy. This game is hardcore shooter back when PCs did that and consoles didn't, right? And yes, it is a modern shooter, but the lineage of that original vision still exists here, right? And you could go play Stalker 1 right now, and it is hardcore, right? These are the same folks who split off to do this. And the other side did Metro. Right, they have a lineage in that. Stalker was where they started, and then the team split up. Some half went off to do Metro, which you've seen Metro, and Metro is actually even more Metro's even more modern, right? It's almost like they kept some of that DNA and then they added some more hand-holding modern flair to it. I'm not sure how hand-holdy this will be, is my point. So go in knowing that you're not gonna have a Call of Duty, let's hold your hand to make you feel good time, and you'll be well prepared. It is a great game. It looks like it has a lot of potential. I see Farq's asking, is it worth visiting Gamescom? I'm in the UK and it's only a short flight, sir. It is definitely worth visiting Gamescom. It was a 7-hour flight for me, and it was totally worth it. And I got to meet the guys from Xbox Era who came from the UK, and it was obviously a short flight for them as well.
Nice.
It's awesome. It's awesome. You definitely should do it. There's just so much to see there. Like next year, you should make an effort to go. It's very good. I would say that to anybody, anywhere. If you have the ability to do so, you definitely need to do yourself a favor. If you're a gamer and you love it, Gamescom is where you want to be. It's awesome. So great. Anyway, but yes, I'm excited about the game. I just warn people that it may not be that 4-quadrant, 95 meta, everybody's talking about it kind of thing. Maybe it could. I mean, look at Elden Ring, right? That was hardcore and it won people over. So it could, but this is not your grandmother's this is not your grandmother's shooter, is what I'm saying.
Right.
But yes,
it definitely it looks absolutely amazing, and from what people have talked about and some gameplay footage stuff that we've seen that's been released, that it's difficult, that it's not it's not meant to be easy. It's meant to challenge you. It's meant to for you to get in there and get as grimy and dirty as the game actually looks on the screen. So I'm excited for that. I'm looking for it. I mean, that bubble they just showed on the screen is like, it looks amazing, and all the different effects and particle stuff that's going on just really set. Like that lightning effect was just really cool, man. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be really good. So Hargeet, what are your thoughts on this? Are you excited? Are you ready to play this?
Yeah, I mean, same thing that K.Asante mentioned, right? This may not be as accessible, but then again, Elden Ring wasn't either. It's a Stalker game, so it's going to be like Stalker, right? So I hope it does do well. One of the things that could displace my Astro pick, for instance, is this game, right? And the reason it could is if it really does rate well, it could be one of those games that's and it's just political, right? Politically motivated to say, hey, this team had to go through literal hell to make this game, and if it does rate well, it might be something that says, yeah, we should give it to this team, right? And so that may not be fair, maybe fair, I don't know, but it's one of those games that could potentially displace Astro as a game of the year. If it has to be in the 90s, right? It has to rate in the 90s. If it comes into that level, it very well could, right? So, and good luck to the team, right? It, like, some of the previews, like, people loved it, and some of the previews, people are just like, hey, this is maybe not my kind of game. So so you just have to kind of see where it ends up, right? If people go into it hopefully understanding what this is, then it hopefully does rate well. We'll see. It's looking good, right? But that is the thing. It is a stalker game, so you're gonna have to kind of understand the mechanics of it. You're I don't know if people played Metro. You kind of have like, you know, limited ammo. You kind of have to like deal with, you know, what's available to you and go through the world, right? This is kind of that amplified, so you're just gonna kind of have to deal with that. You know, it's not going to be as easy. So, but again, they could make it easy. I don't know if they're doing that. I'm assuming they're going to keep it at that level, and you will likely be running away. So, you know, just like, you know, hopefully that doesn't like me. Like, look, Elden Ring was kind of like that, right? There are fights that are like, I can't take this. I got to run away and like heal up and like be ready for this, right? In some cases, you just, you know, you can go ahead and do it. So, you know, this is just the kind of, you know, that kind of thing. So, am I looking forward to playing it? Well, I'm not that much of a fan of these kind of games, but I will definitely try it. And if it's fun, it's fun. You know, but we'll see. We'll see, right? So, but I hope it does rate well. I really do. Just for the team, I hope it does well. And we'll see where it goes. But yeah, it's an interesting release, and you know, like good luck to the team, and hopefully it does rate well, and it could potentially be one of the nominees, if not a winner, if it's really that good. So just something to think about.
Somebody did make a comment in the chat. The nominations are tomorrow.
Yeah, but like they've already been testing it, right? The reviews are already review code is already available for those folks. They're already reviewing it now, right? So
yeah, so those people,
the embargo is probably going to be the day of release or something like that, but that day of release is like Wednesday or something, right? So it's if they know it's good, they're already gonna know it's good, right? So
exactly. Yeah, so
if
that's
they
how
wanna
they get
nominate,
around
they
that
will.
is that actually they've got their hands on it. Those people that actually get to
they're
make
already
the
playing it.
decisions. So yeah, so that's but he is right. It's like, you know, how could they do that? But and a lot of actual, you know, games technically, you know, could do that. You know, like a lot of people were talking about the, you know, Indiana Jones and that it was you know, playable versions in places, and could that be something that
Is that
because
playable though? Do
I don't
people
know.
have review copies? I don't think it's
I
available
don't
yet,
know.
is it?
I don't. But then again, there
I
could be an
don't think I
embargo
heard
where you
that.
don't talk about it. So I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah,
But
maybe.
just saying.
Yeah.
Maybe. I
Yeah,
don't know.
don't know.
all
It's
I've heard
possible.
all I've heard is that it like folks were sent over, like for example, Boom was sent to LA to go play it for a little while. You know, there is no as far as we know so far, no folks at home that have code that can just play the whole thing.
Right.
Not yet.
Yeah. So, you know, wishful thinking maybe on my part. But you know. But like Hargeet said, why is it coming out then? Because it should be in the contender spot because it looks so beautiful. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. And even then, I think don't they have like an open where you can actually put a I think was it Halo 1 a couple years back, because it was the People's Choice Award or whatever they want to call it, you know, that kind of thing. So maybe, you know, a game
they released it in December, right? Like if you're releasing in December, you should just assume you're not going to be part of Game of the Year, right? That's just too far out. This game is right on the cusp, so that's where I could give it some potential, because they're literally the review is going to come out like a day later, right? So it's pretty close to that level. So if it's got the chops, people will give it its chops. So like I hope it does, you know, like does rate well. If it's in the list on Monday, you know it's gonna rate well. You know, so we'll see.
Yep. I agree with you. I'm looking forward to it. I'm also looking forward to this game. And this is Genshin Impact. It's not for everybody, but there's a lot of people that play this game. It's pretty big.
Yeah, it's coming out
to the Xbox. So yeah. So that's what's kind of cool, that it's finally going to be available. And I like the fact that you know, more and more things are you know, becoming available, or you know, and even Phil Spencer said in his interview, one of the things they were talking about was the Black Myth Wukong. Do you know if Black Myth Wukong is coming to the Xbox? And he's like, yes, I know. He's like, well, what, so what can you tell us about it? He goes, I can't talk about that. So he basically just, he knows it's coming. We know it's coming, but for, I'm sure, whatever paid exclusivity type thing, hey, that's coming yet. And so it is what it is. But from I'm sure all of us have heard sources that have said that it looks really good on the Xbox, and that it will be good. And as Tony said from Plume Gaming, PlayStation contract won't let him talk about it. And
or they're just like, he just doesn't want to mention it because they're imminently. Well, let's say it's a Game Awards announce or something like that.
yeah, could be.
And he doesn't want to ruin it. Ruin the
Right.
announcement. So.
Mhm.
That's usually why, right? It's more likely that.
Yep.
So
5 tape sources. Abdel, you're my source. What are you talking about? I get everything from you, buddy.
His sources, trust me, bro.
Exactly.
Trust me, bro.
hey, it'd be a good announcement at the Game Awards. Why not, right? I don't know if Black Myth is going to be nominated for anything, right? If it is, that's a good potential time to talk about it, right? So, what the hey, right? Why not?
Exactly. So why so serious? Ask us if we're sleeping on the Goat Simulator
Sim?
remaster.
Yeah.
So Hargeet, full disclosure, the original, Goat Sim is leaving Game Pass. So that means
because the new one's coming in.
But does it mean you had to play the original, or do you have an out with that one?
I mean, I don't know. I played Goat Sim for like an hour or something. I'm like, okay,
that's longer than me.
So, I gave it a chance. It's amusing for like a little bit, and then you're like, okay, I'm done.
Yeah.
So, but look, for those who love it, go for it. I like, that's why it exists, right? Some people like those kind of things. Absolutely play the game. I'm happy that players like those kind of games. I gave it a chance. I was like, okay, I'm done with this.
Yeah. Fair enough. Kay, and any thoughts on the Genshin Impact coming?
So I saw it running on the Xbox at Gamescom. That was when they made the announcement, right? So I got a chance to at least see it. They made a really cool art installation with the Xbox controller in the middle in the Genshin Impact world, which is really cool and notable. It's not my kind of game. Those who play it really, really enjoy it. I love the art style. It's literally stealing Breath of the Wild's lunch, and I always think that's amusing every time I see it. So this is probably the closest method you're going to get Breath of the Wild on the Xbox. So enjoy yourselves when it comes out. But yeah, no, I think it is more like, to me it's more notable because it's one more step down that path of Microsoft getting these games that people like can't live without to be on their platform as well, right? Like you say, people talk a lot of smack about the, this console's dead, or that platform or that ecosystem, but people are quietly like crushing numbers on things like Roblox, which we never talk about. Minecraft, which owns people's lives to this very damn day. I have 4 devices in my house right now. In my periphery, I see my PC, my phone, my handhelds. Each of them have Minecraft installed. Why? Because if I don't, my children are going to come for me, because wherever at any moment in time they need Minecraft and you need to give it to them, otherwise hell breaks loose. So yeah, these guys have it sewed up. This is just another one of those, right? This is a 30% play, but it's a good 30% play because there's a lot of people playing it, so yeah,
right.
I'm looking forward to seeing what it looks like when that game is now available everywhere. Will it be that big exciting thing, or do people just does it also turn into that quiet Roblox level crushing in the background that nobody talks about anymore? You know what I mean?
Right.
Look forward to seeing the reaction of the community. Yeah.
And the nice thing about it is that with the Game Pass element to it is that they've already committed that there's going to be like for at least a couple of months, if not longer, there's going to be like monthly DLC and drops and add-ons and bonus stuff that you will get included in your Game Pass membership for that game, which is smart, I think.
It's like on the PC side with Riot Games, right? It was a thing. It was a huge talking point. People heard about it, and then it quietly went away, right? But what you don't know is those who play Riot Games, like that is a big, hairy deal. Like having those DLCs included in the Game Pass instead of I think it's at one count it was hundreds of dollars to unlock all the characters, and it comes built into Game Pass.
1,800, I think the number comes to mind. 1,800, something like that.
Right. So while it fades from the main zeitgeist talking points and then fades off the radar, it's still crushing and causing huge stirs in those communities that care about them. And I don't think this will be any different.
Yeah. Hargeet, you want to get this super chat real quick?
Sure. JD Gamer, $5. Xbox, PS, and Nintendo don't care about your feelings. They care about your money. That's right. Gaming is a business. Smart business. Change with the times, unlike Blockbuster.
Yeah,
there's that. JD Gamer, $5. Xbox is transforming their business to a new model that's not like the old model, and people are freaking out saying stay the same as before. That's silly. No, I will say that they're advertising that they're changing their model because PlayStation is doing the same bloody thing. They're following in the footsteps of Xbox. They've been doing the same. Like, to be fair, they did cloud first. PlayStation did cloud first.
Yes,
it failed miserably.
True.
Now they've basically followed the model of Xbox and said, we'll take our PlayStation Plus and add a cloud tier on top of everything, and you can stream your PS5 games, PS4 games, PS3 games, PS2 games. Hey, you know what? They're offering that as an option. You pay what? I don't know what their top tier is. $19.
2008, I think. 2008. I bought my Sony Bravia that came with the little glass around it.
Nice.
And it had a Dual Shock 3 with it, and you could stream games from their cloud without a PlayStation. It was no PlayStation, no problem. It was crazy.
So like it's really just they're marketing it that way, right? That Microsoft's saying, hey, let's just push the envelope and let's market it that way. PlayStation, I'm playing Lego Horizon on my PC from Steam, and it's hooked up to my PS Plus. I'm getting trophies while I'm playing the game, right? So it's all connected. It's the same thing, right? So they're all doing the same thing, right? It doesn't really matter, right? But it's just a question of, are they marketing it that way? And they have no choice. Let's just be honest. They have no choice. They have to do this. They have to move forward. The majority of money is being made on mobile, and they're not there. Xbox is. They have King. They're not there. So they're going to be doing the same bloody things. They're going to be looking for ways to get into mobile. And the other major major like area is PC. It just is. That's where it's going. And they see it. They see it. Why are their games going to PC? Why is every game outside of Astro since Jim Ryan's left is all day-to-day PC? They keep saying, oh, we're going to not have day. Everything they put out has been day-to-day PC except for one game, Astro. So, like, come on. They're doing it. It is what it is.
Yep. And they need the money. Let's face it. It is business, and you have to make money. They don't do it because they like you.
If you don't think they need money, they've closed 6 studios since this gen. They're just saying, like, they're not doing that because they want to. They're doing that because they have to. That's just the way it goes. They need money. It's the way it is.
Yep. And they sold an IP, which a couple months ago it's all about the IP. We need to get more IP. Got to have IP. Got to and then Kojima. Well, they'll just sell you your IP back.
And is there an IP that lends itself to being like a movie?
Interesting. Very interesting.
That happens to have movie actors in it?
Hargeet, what are you on to? I'm just kidding.
I'm just saying that's trending. Like, it's like exactly what they want. You can easily tailor that into a movie.
Oh,
do a TV series for Pete's sake.
Exactly.
Nope, they're giving it up. It's like, hey, that's the way it goes, man.
And we all know that that Kojima wants to work on movies. He's already talked about that. So.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
That Fizzint thing, whatever, is like, and the next game movie.
Yeah,
saying
there
movie.
you go.
Right? Like,
There you go.
See,
let me correct
what's
you,
notable
movie.
for me, what's notable for me about that about the Death Stranding thing
Mhm.
is that now you know there's an instance of Decima running on Xbox,
Yep.
which is very notable. Like that is, you can say what you want about all the IP belongs to this person now and da 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 da. Yet they had to port Decima to Xbox to make this work.
Yeah.
That is a big hairy deal. There had been no instance. I mean, obviously, Santa Monica Studios, San Diego Studios doing the baseball game. That's a different thing, right? That's been going on for a while. And now you have Decima, which is still Sony's great engine, runs Horizon, runs a few other, it's starting to be used a bit more. And now it's also works on Xbox. Question does remain, does that mean Death Stranding 2 comes on Xbox? Because it will continue to use Decima.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I definitely think it will. So wait, Marvel
Yeah.
versus Capcom Infinite is that one of the ones that was troublesome that they tried to bring over? They couldn't, and now they are bringing it over?
Yes.
Okay, so that's
Yes.
coming out.
The
Okay, so that's
old
coming
engine.
soon.
Yeah, it was a very, very old engine. They had to, I think
Cool.
Microsoft just went, you know what, get it done.
They
And
said
it's coming in
2025,
2024.
right? That those are coming. So this is like a pre-trial type of thing. So it's
Yeah.
just coming out
Mhm.
maybe early next year. Wow,
Mhm.
cool.
Exactly. I like it. More games, the better.
Mhm.
There really can't be enough. I think. All right. So as we start to wrap things up here in a little bit, I kind of want to touch on this. Get you guys feelings into your feelings on the PlayStation 5 Pro. And a new article that came out talking about the Pro, and yeah, says that PlayStation 5 Pro Game Boost feature isn't delivering the 45% improvements promised before launch, likely due to memory bandwidth constraints.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Wow.
Yep. So once again, I will say it. Said it earlier in the show. My excitement for the PS5 Pro is the pisser and what it will eventually do, and
Yeah.
the pisser only, right? Only because beyond the pisser, it's basically an Xbox Series X. That's all it is. That's literally what it is. It is an Xbox Series X. And I choose my words carefully because they had to increase their resource overhead in order to kind of take the crown, right? And because of the pisser, it seems to be doing a lot better now, right? From a graphics and fidelity standpoint, and even stabilizing some frame rates. That's great, but I think the vision of its greatness is not today, right? It's not. And for all you who out there were bemoaning the whole Xbox and why aren't you showing me something special? You're just showing me old games. This is the world we live in.
Yeah.
I hope we can all be level-headed now. Now the PlayStation's doing the same. Because literally all they're telling you is, hey, see this DVD player? Now we're giving you a Blu-ray player. Guess what? You're watching the same damn movies. But it looks nicer now. Looks really nice. See the edges? Not so edgy anymore. It's smoother now, right? And let me be honest, I think that's great. I really do. Because we need to live in a world where your hardware dictates your capabilities. And it shouldn't always be, well, I have this new box, so show me why I want it. When have you bought a TV and asked for an exclusive movie to make it look pretty? It's a newer TV. It does way cooler, interesting things. It'll make your existing content great, plus the newer content they release great. I think, look, point blank, if you are one of those who's watching this show, that obviously it means you're an enthusiast, right? And you want something that gives you more performance and capabilities, but you don't want to jump into the PC waters, you can justify this purchase. I have no shade for you. Do you? You'll enjoy it. I'm sure it'll be great. I think in a year it'll even be better. It'll even be better. Recently they talked about there's a PS5 Pro right in time for Black Friday. There's already a deal going on, so they've already cut the price for Black Friday. So if you're able to jump in, pig extraordinaire, my brother, Mr. John Wolf, spent months railing against the PS5 Pro. He had the PS5 Pro sucks flag. He was waving it. He was on Twitter. He was talking all this mess, and then he went and bought one. So hey, I got no shade for you. For me, currently, I need to see its future capabilities shine before maybe I jump in or whatever. Right now, my PS5 does everything I need it to do. If I need to step up beyond my Series X and my PS5, I got the 4090 right here. And I don't think y'all gonna beat that, not even next gen. So it is what it is. That's just my use case.
Yeah, yeah.
I think it should be a little cheaper. If it's a little cheaper, if you come to me in a Black Friday deal, right? You come to me $650 instead of $7. You include a DualSense Edge. You include the disc, and you include the kickstand, the actual stand. Now I'm talking. Now you're talking to me, because now you're throwing all of. Because I have a PS5, I have discs. So if I'm ever going to upgrade to the PS5 Pro, I'm going to have to get the stand because the thing was too unwieldy, didn't fit in my entertainment center.
Right.
I'm going to need a disc drive.
Yeah.
Right. So for me, it's 800 and change already right there because of all the accessories I'm going to be having to buy extra. So you include all that in, and I already know the DualSense, the first DualSense, the battery is dog water, but the DualSense Edge has actually pretty decent battery. Well. So you're selling me a PlayStation 5 professional. So give me your professional specs, man. Throw the cool controller in there. Give me all the other extras. Call it $650. You got me. If not, I'll wait and see what the pisser has to offer in the future.
Yep. I agreed. For sure. Now, Hargeet, we're going to go to you, but full disclosure, Hargeet purchased and is waiting for it to deliver the complete set of the 30th anniversary.
Oh yeah, but he's a smart man. He knows why. I know why he did that. He's trying to make some money. This was going down.
Oh yeah, Christmas bonus, bro. Christmas bonus. Yes,
there you go.
It's going up on eBay. I've got the full set for anybody who wants it, and they have to buy the whole bloody thing: the Slim, the Pro, the Portal, which comes with the DualSense Edge. That one does come with the DualSense Edge. But yeah, so I'm obviously not going to use it. I don't care. As far as the performance enhancements, look, like K.Asante said, like people need to like use it to understand how to make it, take advantage of it. They will get better at it. Right? It just came out. Will it do better? Maybe there are limitations and you just can't get around them. But a lot of times these limitations, even with that, people find ways to make it work. Right. So we'll see what they do with it. Right. So, we've got years with this thing. Let's see how well it gets, utilized. And again, like K.Asante said, like if you want to spend the money, go spend the money. Like, do I need a 4090? No, a 4080 is the gaming card, right? The 4090 is a like workhorse card that you don't need. It's certainly not going to give you the benefits versus the cost. But if you have the money and you want to pay, why not? It's up to you, right? The market lets you buy whatever you want. So I have a 4090 because I don't care. I'll buy the 4090, whatever, right? So, but for those who actually want to play on a PC, they don't even get a 4080. They usually get like the 4070, 4060, right? They don't need to go that far. You don't need to have that much. But hey, this is the way it is, right? And in a market where if you want it, the option's there, go ahead, buy it, right? If you're happy with the PS5 Pro, that's awesome. That really is. That's awesome. You should enjoy the box, be enthusiastic, right? Enjoy it. Why not? Is it coming up short in some ways? Sure, fine, right? But that's always the way it is, right? 8K was written on the box for both the Xbox and the PlayStation. Has it really delivered? Like, come on. You knew that was marketing baloney. Come on. Oh, we're gonna have 60 FPS, everything. Yeah, sure.
Technically,
yeah, sure.
the on the base PS5 and the Xbox for that matter. The Xbox. No, the Xbox actually did have HDMI 2.1, the 2.1 protocol, so it could technically do 8K. PS5 base didn't technically have the 2.1 protocol. The Pro does, but the original one did not.
2.1. They have 2.1.
Does it have 2.1a? Because one of them does, and it was not in it. It did not allow it to be able to output in full 4K, full 8K. It had to do what they call binning. Yes, it had to do binning. So it could output it, but it had to bin it back to 4K, even though it was outputting in 4K. Yeah.
Well, that's weird. So it didn't do full 2.1.
Yes.
That's interesting.
It didn't do full. No, but now it does. The Pro does.
But no, fair enough. Either way, it's they had literally like on the front of the box at 8K, on the Xbox's side for the specs, it's at 8K.
Yep.
They pulled that stuff because it obviously never did it. Was every game
to be
60?
fair,
No.
To be fair, if you plug this into an 8K TV, does it turn on? Of course it does, right? So it didn't say 8K render. If it said 8K render, then you could backhand them in the face, like, get out of here with that ridiculousness.
Yeah, like
it just said 8K.
Right? But there's plenty of marketing stuff that happens, and you have to just read between the lines of what they really mean. You're not going to get this, like, you're not even getting 4K. Like, very few games can actually render at full 4K.
Oh, yeah.
They're all rendering lower, and then they're upscaling. Like, whatever. It is what it is. Like, fine, right? Just, fine. It's marketing material.
There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing. And if you live in the DLSS world, in certain instances, the 4K, like the native rendering is not as good as even the upscaled rendering. They have found a way of making it look even better. So that world is fine. As long as it does the job and it does it well.
So if it's not like right now up to snuff, maybe they do make it better later on. But again, I'm not gonna pocket watch somebody who wants to buy a Pro. Buy it, enjoy, like, have fun with it, right? And like the whole point of this is to be entertained and enjoy. So if this brings you happiness, please go buy it. It's plentifully available. If there are discounts, look for those as well. We're getting into Black Friday territory now, so look for those discounts. But
as the technologist who is asked by many in the community to give my technology thoughts, at $700, what they have for you today is not worth my money.
Right. Agreed.
Yeah.
Just the price point for the value delivered. I just can't square it, man. I just don't see that you're going to get that much, especially when you see all these comparison videos and pictures and stills. And it's like, here's on the PlayStation 5, here's on the Pro. And it's like,
what I find interesting is there are a lot of articles that are actually not so like nice to the PS5 Pro. Most of the times you see very pro Sony stuff, right? Chat we had where they said IGN is recommending the Xbox. Dude,
that's unique. That is unique.
Dude.
That's wow.
Where have we gotten to at this point, right?
Yeah.
Like, I thought that was still going to be years out. It's happening now, right? And like, and this is this is now the most powerful console, right? And they're not even recommending it. And like, that's just crazy. In a year where this is like the new console, they're not even recommending it. And like next year, we're going to get a Switch 2, right? That's coming. It's imminent. I wonder what they think about that. Like, it's an interesting world, right? I mean, everybody's saying the Xbox is dead. It's like, but like, really, when GTA 6 comes out and your choices are $450 or whatever for the PS5, or say $250 for a Series S, how many people are going to jump on the Series S? Because like, it'll play the game.
Yeah.
And like, do you care? Again, we sit here as techies and say, oh, I want the fidelity and all that. PS5 Pro, I want the highest. Dude, if the One X was so much more powerful, why didn't that take over the world? It didn't. You know why? Because people don't care. They just want to get in and play the games. Most people just want to play the games. And like, they're not going to sit there and count the stupid pixels with a magnifying. Like, they don't care. Like, if I can pay $200 and get in, I'll pay $200. That's what most people say. They just don't care. Right. And if you want $700, they're going to say, yeah, that's a boutique item. Have fun with that. Right. And they're not going to look at $700. Most people are going to get the PS5 like slim, the low end, especially if it's on sale, or they're going to get a Series S. And we found out it's like 50-50 Series S. Like, people who don't like, oh, we should just have the Series. No, that's the thing. That's why they built that machine, because people can get in at a cheap price. Right. That's what people who just want to play games, like, that is a cheap entry point. And it's good to have a cheap entry point, especially when prices are escalating. It's crazy. Right. But that's the way it is. So it's cool for those who want it. I think it's great that it exists for you. Absolutely. But yeah, to me, I don't need it. As you said, K.Asante, if I want to go to higher, I've got my 4090 sitting right there. I'll just go
And,
to my 4090. That's
and
my
real
answer.
quick, Dave, I put a few photos in the chat, and this is not me being slanderous. I'm sorry. This is me and you, our Twitter DM. I'm sorry. I have to bring this up, but everyone keeps asking me about this. They're like, "What about the 4070 comparisons? What about the? It's gonna be this. It's gonna be that." I put it in the Twitter DM. Just 2 pictures, if you wouldn't mind showing the audience. That will kind of solidify that whole situation, right? People wanted me to address it. People have asked me to talk about it. I have not wanted to talk about it because I knew that this moment would come, and now we see what it means. The one on the right is a 4070. The one on the left is a PS5 Pro. Shall we move on now? Okay.
You want the other shot now?
You could do the other one too. Yes. Yes. There you go. Look at the other one. The other one. These are all the variations of it. There you go. Even the 30 series cards have a bit more in the tank. So there you go.
Wow.
Which is why I was rating this to be close to a 3070. That's going to be kind of where it sits. Like, why, I don't know why people thought it was going to hit the 40 level power. I'm like, are you kidding me? Anyway.
Well, you know, Digital Foundry came out and did that faux pas with words, and now all of a sudden everybody's running with it. Yeah, because they were looking
at like capabilities, and I'm like, and he clarified that afterwards. Like, it's just capabilities, not the power. Obviously the power on the 4070 is more.
Yeah.
And like, it should have been obvious. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. So there you go. I hope we can put all this to. It's not to say that this thing is crap. None of that. I'm not saying any of that. I'm saying it does what it does, and it does what it does well. But it's not a graphics card that costs as much as the entire unit.
Right.
My goodness.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is, you know, a lot of the infrastructure is still the same. I mean, it's like they said, the pipeline and stuff. It's that didn't get any bigger. So you still.
But it has to be the same. Otherwise, you're asking developers to now like develop and or like profile for another SKU, which they've been beating Xbox over the head for on the Series S side for a while now. So if you're releasing a PS5 Pro, it better be turnkey to the developing community. Otherwise, you're basically creating the same problem the Xbox created for them.
Yeah,
which I'll say that they've done a pretty good job with that, because the tool set has been easy enough for them to be able to do pro enhancements, and you've got a bunch of games already that are pro enhanced. That's pretty good. So,
but see, that's the smoke that I was giving them, right? The dirty secret is all you're getting is a PS4 Pro. Like they just keep giving you PS4. Same game, just shinier with ray tracing now and puddles now, but it's the same fundamentals from the PS4 era. Hell, even a bit of a PS3, right? It doesn't move the gaming needle forward. It just gives you that same thing, but shinier. I know we like it. You know, we'll buy it. We'll say, yay, look at it. It's beautiful. But come on. We need to move the ball forward. That's all I'm saying.
I love what Amit said there. Hargee, go ahead and read that one out loud. That's funny.
You Xbox guys don't know what you're talking about, man. It's a freaking 4090, man. Yeah, I don't like to go after people. By the way, next GameStop Live, we're gonna have let me just get the names. We're gonna have D on along with
that's Wednesday night, right? No, Saturday night.
No, it's Saturday. Next Saturday.
Next Saturday.
It's Jake. Jake is gonna be there, and D is gonna be there, and we're gonna have them basically just go at it. They can both talk about the PS5 Pro and go back and forth, and I'll just bring my popcorn.
There you go. And I would suggest, Hargee, just keep these pictures that I just posted. Keep them handy. Every once in a while, you just throw them in the screen.
I'm sure Fonz will have the picture handy.
There you go.
But we don't really want to even get involved. We're like, hey, Jake, go ahead.
Yeah, y'all go for it. Yeah, very cool. That's very cool.
That is definitely going to be worth. Definitely going to be worth.
Check that out next Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern.
Exactly.
Fonz Gaming's channel. We will have fun with that.
Pretty crazy, guys. Wow. Thank you all so much for being here. The chat. We had up to like 300 people here at one time. Several people watching on Twitch. Thank you. We had over 300 people at one time watching on YouTube, and over 50 people watching on X. So thank you all so much. I greatly appreciate you all joining us here tonight. So many great members of the community. What's up, Ray Ray, Abdel, Void Rat? It's so great. And then Primal Drake joining us on Twitch. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. But the panel. I mean, obviously, Hargeet is the man and joins me as my co-host every week. But K.Asante, dude, so blessed every time you come on, man. I've said this to you before, and I've said it to you in private. I've said it to your face on the show, and I'll say it to your face one more time, sir. You are absolutely amazing, and we greatly appreciate everything you do and what you bring to the community. It's second to none. I love your show on Saturdays. I occasionally get to watch your show on Mondays. I usually watch the replay on that one, but with you and Wolf. But your show, the Circle podcast with Everborn, is must see TV. Everybody needs to watch that, and I really enjoy the hard work you put into it. So thank you.
No, I appreciate it. I appreciate it, and I appreciate you always allowing me to bring my slander to the stage rather than in the chat, which is where I usually keep my slander. But thank you guys so much for having me. It's always fun chatting games with you guys, and just talking about all the fun stuff that we tend to do to escape real life, as it were. You know what I'm saying? But now, yes, you can find me as you find me. The handle is right there. We are now also on X and also on Blue Sky. Look me up on Blue Sky. It's a beautiful place. It's nice. It's without all the back and forth mishigas that's happening in the X.coms. So it's a wonderful world there until people come and ruin it. So for now, come find me on Blue Sky. It's awesome. As you say, myself and Everborn Saga host the Gaming Circle podcast on Saturdays at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are a small but growing channel. We are hoping to get up to about 3K subscribers this year. We're like a couple hundred away. We're seeing if we can make it there. So if you have a chance to, please come check us out. Towards it being the coming close to gift season, coming close to Christmas and all that, we're going to start doing giveaways. We're going to start doing a lot of the fun stuff that we do. We're hitting close to 200 episodes now, so we're slowly but surely heading there. So yeah, come check us out. And of course, as you say, myself and Mr. Wolf do a more PC-centric show. We actually regulated to more handhelds these days. And we do that every other week because of Mr. Wolf's schedule, but every other Monday night at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. So you can come check us out, talk PC with us. Yeah, always fun. And we try our best to be inclusive. And by inclusive, I mean, we're not going to gatekeep. If you don't know what we're talking about, come ask your questions, give you some answers. Maybe you could teach us a thing or two. We like to give pro tips and things like that. So it's always fun. We have a great time. Come join us. Thank you.
Definitely. And Kay, I've told you this before, we talked about it. And I mean, obviously Kay is not able to join us every week, although we'd love for him to, but we do value his time and the time that he does spend on our show. We greatly appreciate you for that. So he definitely is a member of the council. That's just all there is to it. And he was. I
got a purple lightsaber and everything. Look, it's fantastic.
You do. And that is the pose for Mace Windu.
Yeah.
I told him, I said, gotta find that pose, and he did, and there it is. So there, and Hargeet's is one of Anakin's poses. There you go. But I love how he incorporated everything in it, man. I pretty cool. So yeah, and those I will stick that in the chat real quick if you guys want to check it out. We do have some new merch, and I always take the price and rig it down as low as it can go, because it's like you can make a bunch of money. Literally, to be honest with you, it's like $1 is the only thing we clear on this, and because it doesn't really let you go below that. So I just like if somebody wants some merch, cool, and there it is. The link is in the description. I'll put it in there twice. But it's also going to be in the actual description of the show. I'll put it in there as well too. So, but with the newest merch, there's like 5 different items. If you want something cool, if not, that's no big deal too. I got to actually order my shirt tonight, so I get some new stuff coming in. But it definitely has the Shaun Labrie artwork on it that he did for us, which looks absolutely amazing. Hargeet Chani, please tell everybody where they can find you, where they can reach out to you on Discord, and are you going to Blue Sky? Just kidding. I know the answer to that already.
No.
Like, it'd be a no.
That'd be a no.
Too funny. But yeah, tell everybody where you can find you, man.
Yeah, so it's Chani on Discord if you want to reach out to me there. YouTube, Hargeet Chani 1 if you want to subscribe, and of course, there's always my book if you want to check it out. It's a Mass Effect like sci-fi novel. Shop.chani.us. Like what David's showing, there's the mug. I have the shirt. You can get the merch if you want to. You can also get a signed copy if you like. Next up, it'll be on Boom's channel, Double Barrel Gaming, for primetime gaming on Wednesday at 7 p.m. At 7 p.m. Eastern time. So check that out. I don't know, Kay will probably be there, right? So and then it'll be the night shift with C Money and Doodle on Friday at 8 p.m. US Eastern time on Point for Gamers, and then we'll be back here. Well, first we have the Games Talk Live, which will be a fun one. Check that out next Saturday, 6 p.m. with G and Jake going after each other on the
that
PS5
will be
Pro.
interesting.
It'll be a fun one, 6 p.m. US Eastern time on Fonz Gaming, and then we'll be back here next Sunday.
Yep, and just to reiterate that next week's show will be me and Hargeet, and then members of the community. That's right. So I don't know who's going to show up. I mean, I've already put a few feelers out for people that might be interested in jumping on, and depending on how things go, I can have up to 10 people at one time, which can get kind of crazy. But and of course, if some people get too crazy, we could always time limits like Shaun does. We'll see, but we'll talk just about anything gaming. Plus we'll probably be picking apart the video game nominations. I'm sure we'll be nomming on those nominations next week. Should be a good time, and I'm sure the chat is going to have a lot to say about it, and we hope to have you all back here next week. So thank you all so much for joining us this week on the one and only Gamers Council. And I think Dirk Greedy says it best for us.
If you like this video, please hit the like button.
Thanks, Dirt. And Dirt and Shaun will be on the 100th episode of the Gamers Council, which will be the episode that falls right after the Game Awards. So after we find out who won what and who got snubbed, and all the controversy that'll
Much
come.
more importantly, what things Xbox announces and PlayStation announces. I'm hoping they do actually put out that the rumored God of War trilogy original.
Yeah,
right. They're remastering those. That would be kind of cool. Coming to PC as well. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. And we'll talk all about that for sure coming up on that show. So please, and of course that show episode, the 100th episode, I'm going to give away at least $100, maybe more, worth of worth a gift card. So please tune in, join us for that. It's going to be fun. Anybody can win. Anybody can get it. Is what Shaun would say. And thank you all again for joining us here on the Gamers Council.
Game over.